Please go ahead.
Good evening, and welcome to this special meeting of the Hayward City Council. We have a brief agenda tonight, but in any event, we are meeting in session here. And so I'm going to call this meeting to order. And if you would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. That will move us on to our roll call. Madam City Clerk.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening. Councilmember Andrews.
Present.
Councilmember Lamnin.
Present.
Councilmember Marquez. Absent. Councilmember Salinas.
Here.
Councilmember Wahab.
Here.
Councilmember Cermeño.
I am warmly here.
Mayor Halliday.
Here.
Thank you.
So that brings us to public comments. This is limited this evening to items on the agenda. So I will open public comment and ask if there are any members of the public attending who would like to speak. I'm not seeing any hands up, but so with that, I will close public comments and we will move on to our action items this evening. First, we have a consent calendar consisting of items 1 and 2. I believe there are a couple of questions about item number 1, so I'm going to pull that off. And I'll ask if there is a motion on item number 2, which regards the resolution allowing us to, and our task forces and committees to hold continued teleconferenced public meetings pursuant to AB 361.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Councilmember Cermeño, seconded by Councilmember Wahab. Okay, on the motion, Madam City Clerk, will you call the roll?
Yes, Madam Mayor, and this is on item number 2.
Yes.
Councilmember Andrews.
Aye.
Councilmember Lamnin.
Aye.
Councilmember Marquez. Absent. Councilmember Salinas.
Is he here? He was here a minute ago.
I know he was.
Yeah, it looks like he dropped off.
Okay.
Maybe he'll rejoin.
All right. Councilmember Wahab.
Here. Sorry. Yes.
Cermeño.
See.
All right. Councilmember Salinas, one more time. Okay. Hopefully he will rejoin. Okay. Mayor Halliday.
Yes. So the motion carries with
5
aye votes, 1 member absent, and 1 member having technical difficulties. But that is enough to pass it. So now we'll go back to item number 1, adopt a resolution approving plans. Correct, right? Yeah. Approving plans and specifications and call for bids for the traffic signal modification at Huntwood, Industrial, and Huntwood and Sandoval intersections. So we have, this is a consent item, but I know Councilmember Wahab had a question, so go ahead.
Definitely. On the bullet point number 4, upgrade peer-to-peer communication, what specifically does that mean?
I think Director Amiri is on, and maybe he can jump on and answer that question. But I believe it means the ability of different traffic signal systems to communicate with each other. But Alex, Director Amiri, if you want to answer that question more technically and specifically.
Actually, that's exactly what it is. Sometimes we have coordinated signals, like on Mission Boulevard, that all signals are coordinated. And sometimes, for safety reasons, 2 signals coordinate together so that a queue doesn't, occur on, let's say, a railroad track or at an intersection. So the 2 signals communicate with one another, and that's the peer-to-peer kind of communication.
Okay, and then for hybrid video detection for bikes and queue cutters, there's no data that's being held, correct?
I'm not aware of it, no.
Okay. And then as far as just the video detection, what does that look like? What is it capturing?
So basically, it's capturing the flow of traffic and whether or not there is a backup. There is no personal information. There is no license plate numbers. There is no, face pictures, nothing like that. It's just the number of cars that are behind the light, and that's what's capturing.
Okay, thank you. I'm happy to move the item if there's no other questions.
I have one, but I'll second the motion. But I just wanted a little more along those lines. I was more interested in item 3. I think it was item 3, install hybrid video detection for bikes and queue cutters, which I think Councilmember Wahab also, but I just, so if the two signals are communicating with each other, how is that going to make it safer? I think it's a very dangerous situation when there's a lineup of traffic that spills over onto a track. I would never do that myself. I would never get close to the track if I were in that line, but I see people do it. And I think that's very unsafe. Tell me how it's going to, if it's just signal to signal, how's that going to get people to change their behavior?
So one signal is going to see that the other signal is green, let's say, or turned green, while the first signal is red and there is a queue. That first signal will change to green to allow the queue to...
Yeah, I see. Yeah, to move so that okay. All right, I get it. Anything that helps make our roads safer is a good idea. So I was happy to second the motion. If there are no other questions or comments from anyone? Councilmember Zermano.
More of a comment, if anything. Alex, this is very good as far as making that traffic move through there. So I congratulate you on going out there and obtaining this new technology, because when traffic lights speak to each other, that's tremendous. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I received a lot of emails on this, and do something. So finally, we have done something. So thanks.
Thank you.
It's a small step, but yes, moving forward. So thank you. So with that, if there are no other questions or comments, Madam City Clerk, will you call the roll on the motion for the staff recommendation made by Councilmember Wahab and seconded by myself?
Yes, Madam Mayor. And I just wanted to ask, we don't have any public comments, right?
Oh, yes, good. Thank you. I don't see, I'm sorry. I'll open public comment. Is there anyone who would like to make a public comment on this item? Seeing no hands going up? No, thank you for reminding me of that.
You're welcome.
Close public comment.
All right, very good. Thank you. Councilmember Andrews.
Aye.
Councilmember Lamnin.
Aye.
Councilmember Marquez. Absent. Councilmember Salinas.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for rejoining. Councilmember Wahab.
Yes.
Councilmember Zermano.
Yes.
Mayor Halliday.
Yes, and the motion carries this time with 6 aye votes and 1 person absent. All right, moving on now to our informational item this evening regarding the report on the Cal Cities 2022 annual conference, which is scheduled for September 7th to 9th. I know Council Member Salinas is, I think, planning to attend, and as I am also. So, is any member of staff wanting to give this report? Based on the report, there really is very limited.
There's really no presentation, Mayor. It's just an informational item because there's nothing to vote on for the
you should have, yeah. So if you all read the report, is there anybody who has any questions about this vote? It's really what we're being asked is just to approve a relatively, minor changes in the bylaws which, will, I think, open up the league leadership a little more. And but it's not a significant change. Is there anybody who would like to comment? Seeing no hands going up. this is informational. This is not really even the kind of matter that the council would need to give direction on. Is that yeah, okay. I plan to support the bylaw changes, but we'll see. I'll let you know if anything unusual happens at the conference. So with that, I believe there is a council member. We'll move on to council reports and announcements. Councilmember Lamnon.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to report out that I was honored to represent the city at the Bom Jesus Milagroso 100th anniversary celebration. Thank you, City Clerk Glens, for putting up the picture. You will see the proclamation that staff prepared and our mayor signed at the event, and also pictured there is the Consul General of Portugal, based from San Francisco, as well as faith leadership and community leadership of the Portuguese Cultural Hall. So, an asset in our community for 100 years, and they're still going strong. Thanks.
That's great. Thank you for attending that on my behalf. Councilmember Andrews.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I wanted to give a special recognition to all the staff that worked on Russell City, as well as Alameda County Board of Education trustee. I believe she's president, Aisha Knowles, for putting in a lot of hard work in organizing the picnic at Kennedy Park. And it was nice to see Councilmember Salinas, as well as Mayor Pro Tem Lamb there, as well as Rick Hatcher from HARD. And there might have been other dignitaries there, but for sure I saw all you all out there. So just wanted to give a special thank you. I know that was a lot of hard work to put on that event. So it was well attended. So it was a lot of information that was administered, as well as collecting information from residents and descendants of that area. So thank you all for your hard work on that.
Thank you. And I believe there is a meeting occurring next week that maybe the city manager would like to make a comment about.
Sure. We are having our first convening of the reparative justice conversations for the Russell City group. And so we have I think about 100 members, interested parties who've signed up. I'm not sure how many will be attending, but there will be a virtual meeting and also in person and 2A for members of the Russell City community and descendants to come and begin that conversation with the city.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Andrews, did you have something else or? Yeah, okay. Okay, anyone else? Councilmember Salinas.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to give a big acknowledgement and a congratulations to the Hayward Chamber of Commerce and to, for doing another very successful street party. It was crowded. It was a lot of people out there. It was nice to see, people back out in downtown and, walking about and seeing each other again. There was a lot of positive feedback, a lot of just really good reviews. And so I just wanted to thank the chamber. And of course, I know that, we had a little bit of that, a little bit of a part in that. So I just wanted to thank staff, of course, the streets and maintenance team. They were out there strong, and so another great project, and and people want more of it. So anyways, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's nice seeing people getting back together again, and I think that's a good sign that I don't know of what. Hopefully, that we won't have to go back into our seclusion. Madam City Clerk. I'm sorry, City Manager.
Just quickly, I know Councilmember Andrews acknowledged dignitaries who are at the Russell City picnic, but I wanted to just acknowledge Assistant City Manager Regina Youngblood and Daniel Mao on our staff who have been working closely with the Russell City group and helping organize the picnic and working with Trustee Knowles as well. So just wanted to acknowledge the staff who've been involved in that process.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all. All right, anyone else? All right. With that, I think we can go ahead and adjourn. As the city manager noted, there will be that meeting regarding Russell City next Tuesday night. We will not be having any kind of council meeting, as far as I know right now. And our next regular meeting of the Hayward City Council will be 2 weeks